Yo, what is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me for another manga chapter review. And in today's video, we're going to be going ahead and taking a look at the brand new chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, chapter 180, titled Sendai Colony, number 7. And before we jump into the review, guys, I want to go ahead and continuously say thank you for 150 subscribers on the channel. I just can't believe that we've already reached 150 subscribers. You guys are just absolutely amazing, guys. Thank you so much for that. The next goal, I guess, is 200 subscribers, so hopefully we can reach that pretty quickly. But I just want to go ahead and continuously say thank you guys for all of your support on each and every video. You guys are just really showing that you guys are very interested in the content and just really like what I'm doing on the channel. So I'm going to be bringing even more anime and manga related content your guys' way. I have a pretty cool project I hope to be releasing over the weekend, so please stay tuned for that. And yeah, guys, if you guys are new to the channel and love anime and manga related stuff just as much as I do, please consider sticking around and subscribing to the channel, as we are pretty much close to 200 subscribers, and that way you guys can just be a part of the community I'm trying to build here on YouTube, and we can just go ahead and enjoy all this anime and manga stuff together. So with all that out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and jump into chapter 180 of Jujutsu Kaisen. Beginning chapter 180 off, we get to see both Yuta and ISHIGOORI readying themselves for their final showdown. Before their battle, we are given a little more context as to Rika's abilities and Yuta's curse technique, stating that Yuta's high-powered cursed energy can only be released when Rika is fully manifested. Even so, his maximum power is still inferior to that of ISHIGOORI's. Yuta, using his final seconds to concoct a plan, tells himself that accumulating cursed energy and attacking before ISHIGOORI can reach max energy is the only way. ISHIGOORI, setting his unsated gaze upon Yuta, tells him, "Let's release it." Yuta, accepting the challenge issued, says, "Just this once," referring back to his fight with Geto, where he asked Rika if for once he could use her full power, thus unlocking his heart. With Yuta making this declaration, their fierce battle begins, with both cursed energy users unleashing blasts at each other. Seeing their energy beams clash, ISHIGOORI tells Yuta that this is so sweet. Let's continue this as many times as we can. Yuta, paying close attention, however, to ISHIGOORI's excitement, he propels himself along with Rika's energy blast towards him, making sure to close the distance between them. Noticing Rika's forehead beam is able to shoot projectiles as well, blocks another shot aimed at him while telling Yuta, "Whatever you can do, I can do too." Spotting the shot by Rika to be slightly weaker than that of his own, he catches Yuta by assessing his current cursed energy and how he cannot recover properly anymore. Yuta, being seemingly caught off guard by ISHIGOORI's statement, is told by him, "It's over." Getting ready to deliver a final granite blast, we find out as Yuta deflects ISHIGOORI's blast that his curse energy has already recovered from his previous three-way battle. With Yuta turning the tables now, uses Uro's technique to grab the thin air between them and attack ISHIGOORI. ISHIGOORI, realizing that Yuta's ability isn't just an assortment of techniques, but rather mimicry. Trying to figure out just how Yuta was able to steal Uro's technique, he remembers when Rika was able to bite the arm off of her when she was distracted. Taking advantage of the preoccupied ISHIGOORI, Yuta delivers an attack called Thin Ice Missile, followed up by Rika attacking him and punching him into the floor. After getting up from the fearsome attack, he sees that the connection between both Rika and Yuta is only 5 minutes, and thus it has ended. Taking this opportunity to dispose of the disconnected cursed spirit Rika, ISHIGOORI brutally punches her, launching her away, causing her to dissipate. With Rika now having reached her limit within the fight, leaves the rest to her one true love, Yuta. With the both of them now resorting to hand-to-hand combat, ISHIGOORI tells Yuta that he had no idea that he still had leftovers despite using all of his strength. This is dessert. In their heated battle, Yuta interrupts the barrage of fists by grabbing ISHIGOORI and holding onto him, telling him this is the spot. ISHIGOORI, being confused as to what Yuta is referring to. With ISHIGOORI getting hit by a blast from overhead, notices that the attack he was just hit by was his own. Piecing everything together, we realize that Yuta using Uro's attack to change the trajectory of ISHIGOORI's granite blast to above. With the chapter coming to a final and sweet close, we get a final panel of the defeated ISHIGOORI telling Yuta, "Thank you, I'm full now." The chapter ends with Yuta being victorious and ending the eternal sweet tooth crazed hunger of ISHIGOORI. And alright guys, that is going to go ahead and wrap up the synopsis of chapter 180 for Jujutsu Kaisen. Now we're going to go ahead and move on over into my thoughts of the chapter as a whole. And holy shit guys, was this chapter absolutely amazing. Oh my lord. Just when I thought last chapter couldn't be topped, this chapter was absolutely ridiculous guys. I love the action between ISHIGOORI and Yuta in this chapter. It's just absolutely incredible. Even though what I really like, starting off, what I really like about ISHIGOORI is the fact that even though his curse technique is like really like basic, like it's super basic guys, it just seems like he has so much like versatility with it. Like he's able to use long range, even like use it to enhance himself. He just has so many different viable ways to use his curse technique that it just makes this fight and even the most previous fights just that much more entertaining and enthralling to really watch and read. So I really like this chapter. Overall, I'm going to go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. This chapter was just awesome all around, from the narrative to the ending to the battle in between to the callback to Yuta saying just this once for Rika, kind of being like that, kind of being a reference to him asking for Rika's full power when he was fighting Geto, is just really well done by Jiji Akutami. I really like how he gave love to Yuta for this whole sort of handful of chapters. I really like it. Now I'm very interested to see where it's going to go, because I wonder if next chapter they're going to make it to where the Yuta kind of like gets caught off guard and like defeated by either the two cursed technique users that were taken out of commission. I wonder if Uro will be back in the fray after this chapter. It's very interesting to see. And will Kuroshi be back in the fight after that? Who knows, because Kuroshi was seemingly killed before like they even had their three-way domain expansion. So they might be able to do something again where he has like a whole bunch of different like roach cursed like spirits come out. I'm not quite sure. I think that'd be pretty interesting to see, but only time will tell when we get the actual new chapter, which unfortunately next chapter will be on a break. So next week, no chapter for Jujutsu Kaisen, but that's a-okay with me, because Jiji Akutami giving him a break to rest and really recuperate after making these chapters is definitely a good thing. I never see it as a bad thing, really, when like mangas go on like a little break like that. You know, like a week or two break is fine, just to give the the manga creators like some time to rest and be with family, and just overall like maybe even get more inspiration for the upcoming chapters, right? Because that's a big just like contributor as to like some mangas going to like a weird sort of like areas, because like they just push them so hard to keep getting these chapters out for like Shonen Jump and stuff like that. So it is very good to see when these creators get to have some downtime, and yeah, that will be the case for next week. But hopefully whenever the manga comes back the week after, we will see even more awesomeness. So another thing I liked about this chapter is we got closure, and we got an explanation as to how Rika is able to absorb the curse techniques of certain cursed technique users. I think one way she's able to do it is by eating or like consuming like parts of another cursed energy user, as we saw with her getting Uro. Now, it isn't confirmed that that's the way, but it definitely does seem like that is one of the ways, because I feel like there's multiple ways that she can do it, right? Because if that's the case, then like we've seen Yuta be able to use Inumaki's cursed speech ability, so that wouldn't make any sense if he had to like eat a piece of Inumaki to get it, unless like they had Rika eat a piece of like tiny piece of his hair or something like that. But you know, that sounds a little far-fetched, but very interested to see, or maybe just like a certain duration of like fighting the person she gets the ability. There's still a little bit we have to find out with how Rika is able to mimic certain abilities, but I think that is one way, with her absorbing the person's like a limb or something like that, a piece of the person, could definitely be like one of the ways she's able to mimic the ability after that. But nonetheless, it was really cool and just awesome seeing Yuta being able to deflect Ishigori's attack and then like aim it back down on him, like in sort of like a way that yeah, like Ishigori wasn't noticing or even expecting. So I like how Yuta was able to stay one step ahead of Ishigori in this fight, so it wasn't just a fight of just, you know, okay, who's stronger and who's going to outlast each other, but it was rather a battle of wits and who was going to outsmart and be able to you know, pretty much outthink and checkmate the other opponents. So because that's a good callback as to when Fushiguro was fighting Reggie, he was able to say, you know, it's not about whose cursed technique is necessarily stronger, it's about who can save their tricks to the end of the fight and who has more tricks up their sleeves. So in this case, Yuta was definitely able to showcase that he had more tricks up his sleeve than Ishigori, because Ishigori at times within this chapter was like super like cocky about like, oh well, I know your cursed technique and I know your cursed technique energy isn't back yet, so you're done. So he was writing Yuta off before he even finished him off. So that was his downfall in this chapter and in this battle. So yeah, I really like the ending of the chapter with Ishigori telling Yuta that now he's finally full, so now, you know, he can rest in peace now without having to be that hunger always looming over him. So that was a nice way to end the chapter off and the battle as a whole. So yeah, guys, if you want to read the chapter yourself, I definitely recommend you guys checking it out. It is a very good chapter overall, very high-paced action and good dialogue along with it. Something for pretty much everybody, I think. So yeah, guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up the chapter review. If you guys did like today's video and you are new to the channel, consider sticking around and hitting that subscribe button, as I will be bringing out even more anime and manga related content. And if you did like today's video, go ahead and hit that like button and let me know what you guys thought of the chapter yourselves down in that comment section below. And what do you think will happen in the next upcoming chapters? I'm very curious to hear your guys' theories on stuff. You guys always have like the best theories, I swear. I just love reading your guys' like thoughts on chapters and your theories. So very interested to hear what you guys are going to say about this one. And that's going to be it for me, guys. I'm going to go ahead and head out, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Take care.